Have you ever wondered what goes through the mind of a defenseless baby animal when danger strikes? Picture a tiny elephant calf, so small he struggles to keep up with his herd, lost in the vast African savanna. The relentless sun scorching the dry earth, and from far away, the chilling roars of lions echoing ominously. Just thinking about it tightens your chest, doesn't it? This true story, captured in footage that traveled the globe, is the kind that makes you hold your breath and reminds you that nature has powerful lessons that truly touch our hearts. It was a scorching afternoon, the air heavy with the unmistakable scent of dust rising from the cracked ground. The young elephant, his awkward ears flapping clumsily, stumbled along behind his family, completely unaware he was falling dangerously behind. Suddenly, he found himself utterly alone, surrounded by shadows moving way too fast, lions. Not just one or two, but an entire pride, their hungry eyes glowing fiercely under the golden afternoon sun. Can you feel his heart racing? Witnesses swear you could almost hear the desperation echoing through the silent savanna. But just when all seemed hopeless, something incredible happened. Something no one, not even the cameramen, with their trembling hands, could ever have expected. It was as if the universe itself had intervened, declaring clearly, it's not this little one's time yet. And what came next will keep your eyes glued to the screen until the very end of this emotional tale. If you love heartwarming animal stories that showcase the incredible power of unity, leave a like and subscribe now so you never miss one of these inspiring narratives. Let's dive together into this unforgettable moment and discover how one tiny calf faced the greatest danger of his short life, and the astonishing twist that followed. The sun was getting heavy in the savanna, painting the sky orange as heat rippled up from the ground. The baby elephant, barely a year old, wobbled on his still awkward legs, trying to keep up with the herd. Have you ever seen a baby elephant walk? It's a mix of cuteness and stubbornness, with those huge ears flapping like they're trying to take flight. But right then, there was nothing funny about it. The little guy, let's call him Tico, was lagging behind, and the sound of his family's hooves grew fainter ahead. He let out high-pitched calls, almost like he was shouting, "Hey, wait for me." But the dust kicked up by the herd was already hiding the adults. Tico didn't know it, but danger was closer than he thought. Among the dry bushes, where the scent of hot earth mixed with something wilder, yellow eyes gleamed. A pride of lions, lean and starving, had caught his scent. Ever get that chill down your spine when you know something's wrong? That's exactly what hung in the air. The lions moved like shadows, silent, their claws lightly scratching the dirt. There were 5 of them, and each step made the hearts of those watching, even through a camera lens, race. Poor Tico kept trying to run, but his little legs slipped on the loose soil. Can you believe something so big could seem so fragile? The cameramen, hidden just yards away, held their breath. One whispered, "He's not gonna make it." The lead lion, with a dark mane that seemed to swallow the light, took a step forward. That's when Tico stopped, looked around, and let out a trumpet so desperate it seemed to tear the sky. Just imagine, a baby, all alone, surrounded by predators with no mercy. Who wouldn't feel their chest tighten? But deep down, something said this story couldn't end like this. Take a second and picture it, a tiny creature against the savanna's greatest threat. What would you do in his place? And then, as the lead lion crouched to pounce, a deep sound sliced through the air. A noise that shook the ground and sent birds scattering in panic. The earth rumbled. It wasn't just a sound, it was a force, like the savanna itself had taken a side. The low bellow of adult elephants echoed, mixed with the snap of dry branches crushed under massive feet. Tico, the cornered baby, lifted his head, his ears trembling like leaves in the wind. Ever felt that relief when hope shows up at the last second? That's exactly what shone in the little guy's eyes as he trumpeted, now with a spark of courage. The lions, who'd seemed in control until then, hesitated. The leader, his mane swaying, took a step back, and the air grew heavy with the sharp scent of tension. Then, she appeared. A massive cow elephant, likely Tico's mom, led the herd like a living wall. Her deep, wise eyes seemed to say, "Nobody touches my baby." Behind her, aunts, sisters, and cousins formed a barrier of raw power, trunks raised and ears flared, ready for a fight. Can you believe it? A herd that was so far away just minutes before came back, like they'd heard Tico's call on the breeze. It was solidarity in action, proof that in nature, unity is everything. The cameramen, hands sweaty on their gear, could barely keep the shot steady. Now or never, one muttered, as the hearts of everyone watching beat in time with the herd's steps. Tico's mom charged first. With a bellow that made even the lions flinch, she slammed her foot down, kicking up a cloud of dust that glowed in the setting sun. The other elephants followed, forming a perfect circle around the baby. Tico, who'd been pure fear moments before, now hid between his mom's huge legs, like he knew he was safe there. Think about it for a moment, isn't it amazing how something so huge can be so gentle when protecting someone they love? The lions, even though they were hungry, knew they were outmatched. One by one, they slunk away, tails low and grumbling in defeat. The savannah, which had pulsed with danger, now seemed to breathe a sigh of relief. But it wasn't just brute strength. There was something almost magical in how the herd worked together. Every elephant had a role, the mom led, the ants kept watch, and even the younger ones trumpeted to scare off the predators. It was like they were saying, "Here, no one gets left behind." Who hasn't wished for a family like that, one that rushes to save you when the world gets tough? If this scene's tugging at your heart, you know what to do. Hit that like button and subscribe, because stories like these show how much animals have to teach us. The cameras caught every detail, the sheen of sweat on the mom's skin, the way Tico nestled against her, and even the soft sound of their trunks touching, like a quiet hug. But even with the lions retreating, night was falling, and with it came new challenges. Night fell fast on the savannah, bringing a silence that seemed to hold the world's breath. The sky, now dotted with stars, sparkled in Tico's big eyes as he still trembled, pressed against his mom. The herd formed a tight circle around him, their huge shapes like mountains against the horizon. The air was cool, laced with the damp scent of trampled grass, but no one let their guard down. The cameramen, with their batteries nearly dead, adjusted their lenses in the dim light, capturing every bit of that scene that looked like it was painted by nature itself. Ever seen something so huge it gave you chills? Because that's exactly what this moment felt like. The footage shook in the operator's hands, but every frame told a story. There was Tico, his trunk curled around his mom's, like a kid holding an adult's hand. The herd's matriarch moved slowly, her eyes scanning the dark. She let out a low rumble, almost too soft to hear, like she was saying, "Stay close, everything's okay now." But tension still lingered. The lions, though driven off, hadn't gone far. Their distant roars sliced through the night, a reminder that danger never sleeps in the savannah. Can you imagine the weight of that? A baby, saved by a hair, now shielded by a fortress of love and strength, but with the threat still lurking. What made the scene so special, though, wasn't just the drama. It was how the herd communicated without words. A nudge of a trunk here, a gentle shove there, and even Tico seemed to know he had to stay quiet. The cameraman caught a moment that went viral later. The matriarch, her wrinkles deep like maps, turned to Tico and touched his forehead with her trunk, as if saying, "You're ours." Who hasn't felt their heart squeeze seeing an animal show so much care? It was like the camera had captured a piece of nature's soul, where protection and solidarity rule. Close your eyes for a second and feel it, a family facing the dark, united against all odds. When the footage aired, it stopped the world. People in their homes, thousands of miles away, cried, laughed, cheered. How did they know Tico needed them? Someone asked in the video's comments. Maybe it was instinct, maybe something bigger, like the universe whispering, "Not today." The camera lingered on the final frame, Tico, now calm, walking in the herd's center, with the soft sound of his tiny steps on the ground. It was proof that in nature, unity always wins. If this story's got you emotional, you know the drill. Hit that like and subscribe for more moments like this. And so, under a sky glittering with stars, Tico and his herd pressed on. The little baby, who'd been trembling surrounded by lions hours before, now walked with confident little steps, shielded by the circle of giants he called family. The sound of their trunks touching, like a gentle murmur, seemed to say, "We're together, always." The savanna, so harsh earlier, now seemed to cradle the herd with a cool breeze, scented with sweet acacia. Ever stop to think about what animals teach us without saying a word? Because that night, Tico and his family showed that the greatest teachers often have 4 legs and a giant heart. This story, caught by lenses shaking with emotion, isn't just about a baby escaping danger. It's about unity, about how nature reminds us no one faces the world alone. Tico's mom, with her mountain-like strength, the matriarch, with her centuries of wisdom, and even the younger elephants, all worked as one. Isn't that what we all want in life? Someone who rushes to save us, who says, "You're ours." Maybe the sweetest lesson is this: in the wild or in the city, solidarity keeps us standing. And who knows, maybe there's a bit of Tico in all of us, needing a herd to call home. If this story warmed your heart, the next video YouTube suggests will move you even more. Don't miss it. And hey, we want to hear from you. Have you ever had an animal that changed your life? Or a story of unity that feels like it's straight out of a movie? Share it in the comments, because these stories connect us. If you haven't subscribed yet, just click now so you don't miss more moments like this. Nature's always got something to teach, and we'll bring every bit of it to you. Until next time, and may your herd always be close by.